Hey there everybody, this is John Rigby with Rigby's Pool Services. Coming at you today to talk about if you're a brand new pool owner. Say you just bought a house and you've got a brand new pool, you're pulling out your hair, you have no idea how you're going to be able to take care of this. Well, this video is for you, or say your spouse usually did it and now you're the one that has to do it. Okay, I'm going to go over a couple really important topics, just cover them briefly, give you an idea, give you a better idea of what to do, how to do it. So here we go. First and foremost, the first most important thing is to run your pump. Okay, to keep your pool clean and in order to keep it running efficiently, you need to run your pump. And most people suggest running it at least 8 hours a day, depending on your electric bill and depending on how your water is and your chemical levels and such. You can maybe knock that down a little bit, but you'll get to learn your pool and you'll figure that out and you'll know that, if you can run it a little bit less. But just a general rule of thumb, run it at least 8 to 12 hours a day. And what time you do that is up to you. Some people swear by running it at night versus during the day. They say it helps with their electrical bill. I don't know. All I know is run it at least 8 to 12 hours. All right, especially in the beginning. And again, you can always tone that down later once you get a better handle on it. Secondly, filtration. Filtration, in my opinion, is one of the single most important tools in your arsenal is your filter. Okay, the more you run your pump, the more the water passes through the filter. But you don't want water passing through a dirty filter. So take good care of your filter. If it's a sand filter, keep an eye on that pressure gauge. Get an idea of what the pressure is when it's clean or when you first start it. Okay, and maybe that's around 12 psi. You're going to need to backwash it when that starting psi jumps up 10. Okay, so if your starting pressure is at 12, you're not backwashing until it hits 22. And that's really important because you don't want your filter to be sparkling clean, especially a sand filter. You want a little bit of dirt in there, and that helps to clean your pool better. So only backwash when it goes up 10 psi. I can't emphasize that enough. Some people backwash on a weekly basis or on a schedule or routine. That's incorrect. Please don't do that. And for instance, I have a couple pools that only get backwashed once or twice all summer long. Okay, they've got big filters and their pools aren't that dirty. And it's not a big deal. You only backwash when it's necessary. Okay, so take care of it. If you have a cartridge filter, it's, pop that thing out when you notice the pressure goes up. Clean those grids off or have a backup filter to put a new one in. Keep that thing clean. And if you have DE filter, backwash it the same as you would a sand filter. Make sure you're replenishing with the correct amount of DE powder, whether it's through the skimmer or you're putting it in by hand. For a homeowner, I usually recommend doing it by the skimmer. Doing it by hand is a little bit tricky and it requires taking the whole thing apart. I really don't recommend that. Call a professional if you want that done. And make sure you're getting your DE filter cleaned at least once a season. I do it in the spring and in the fall for all my customers. I think it's really important to do it twice a season. Get it clean, keep it clean. It's just better that way. So again, filtration is really important. The third thing you need to do is your routine maintenance. And also, here's a big point of emphasis with your routine maintenance. Just because you pay a pool guy or a pool company to come out and clean your pool, that doesn't replace your work as well. Now, if you're paying them 3 times a week, sure. But if that guy's only coming out once every 2 weeks, you still have some work to do. Okay, you need to be skimming the pool with your net. You need to be brushing at least weekly, even if you have a pool vacuum. Okay, you still need to pull out that brush and brush all those nooks and crannies, places that your vacuum's not going to touch. Think about your lights or the niches around your lights. That's where algae likes to hide and grow. Around your steps, underneath your ladder, in the corners, especially in shaded areas, places where your vacuum can't reach. That's where you need to focus most on. But again, make sure you're doing a good brush at least once a week. Check your skimmer baskets daily. If you have a ton of leaves, do it daily, sometimes twice a day. If your pool's not that bad, maybe you can get away with every other day, every third day, but you got to check those skimmer baskets, empty them, put them back in fresh. And your pump basket, especially if you have lots of leaves and you're pulling your skimmer basket out to dump it and a lot of leaves are passing through, they're going to go to your pump basket. You've got to dump that thing at least. Check it every day is a good rule of thumb. You don't want a ton of pressure building up because the skimmer and the pump basket are dirty. You want to keep those things clean. And also you need to be vacuuming weekly. Even if you have an automatic vacuum, great. If not, bust out the hose and the pole and do it the old-fashioned way. It's really important. You want to keep all that stuff off the bottom of your pool. Or if you're brushing, a little trick is brush all the stuff to the main drains. It's not going to get all of it, but it'll get some. It's going to mix some of that stuff into solution, and the filter's going to take it out.